Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Hey, child. We got to talk about love after lock up. Okay, make sure you guys are coming into the video. You are liking up the video as we go ahead and get into some things. Y'all already know we're gonna go ahead and start off with Miss Zuri and Troy. First of all, I feel like her mama and her daddy say her name completely different than what it is. I feel like her daddy may have said Zuri. Some he said Zuri. Her mama may have said Zeruiah, and I'm just like, well, what the fuck is her name? Because it's giving ZZ for me, okay? But like I said, I'm gonna be calling Miss Ma'am Zuri. But anywho, they outside waiting on Troy because Troy done got released from the prison. They over there speeding on the damn interstate, took him to a whole nother precinct, only for him to take about 45 minutes before he finally comes out. And what we learned is that this boy had to get an ankle bracelet, okay? Yeah, he finally walks out. The mama starts screaming. I did question and wonder why his own family didn't really show up for him. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see what's going on with that. Okay, but anywho, he comes out. They're so happy. We learned that he was supposed to get this ankle bracelet on him, which was interesting because I mean, did the daddy know that he was supposed to get the ankle bracelet, or did the boy bring it up? Maybe he told them when he got out there they had to put an ankle bracelet on me or something like that. Because when the daddy was like, "You got the ankle bracelet on you now," I'm like, "Wait, so did y'all know he was supposed to have this ankle bracelet the whole time? Why y'all acting like they taking forever when you know that that's likely what they was finna do anyway?" I don't know, child. I don't even matter, child. He got it. Let's move on. Let me tell y'all something before we move on. Zuri, your hair is getting on my motherfucking nerves, bitch. Your ponytail ain't even lined up with the part in your head. And that's killing me softly. I need you to let go of this idea of this clip on ass ponytail. I don't know why we're in 2024 and you're choosing to live as though we're in 2004. It is a motherfucking problem for me, okay? And the sad part was when you finally wrapped that damn hair up, it looked better than the fucking ponytail itself. Try. I cannot. Now we learned that Troy, anywho, so no. Her family was over there praying for Troy. That's what it was. Okay. They prayed for Troy. They left. It was just husband and wife. Okay. She gives him the gift. She give him a crown on his head. Also gives him the flowers or whatever with the money in it. And then they drive off. She gets to the hotel. The hotel is decorated for Troy. She done put this man in this dirty ass hotel tub. But before that, she had his ass sitting on a hot steamer for a woman's vajayjay. But she wanted to steam his balls. Okay, for whatever reason, she wanted to cleanse off that whole, prison smell. Did she put his ass in his dirty ass? So, like, I just don't. I say it's dirty because, girl, you don't know what's down there in that little, the little area where you let the water out and shit. You don't know what gunk and shit. That girl, anyway, girl, I ain't got time. Anywho, he sat his ass in it, girl. I'm like, these folks crazy hell. Anywho, moral of the story is that is what happened. And she over there trying to bathe him. She done wrapped her damn hair up. Okay. And over there getting ready to kiss him the hell down. And I'm over here like, bitch, just take the ponytail off. Cause it's gonna been a fell off anyway while you trying to damn near get yourself in that small ass tub with him. Okay, she gonna piss me the hell off, all right. But anywho, that's what's going on with them. They ain't got a whole lot going on. Let's go ahead and move on because I want to get to uh Shonta and True. So she and True did end up having sex that night. And I think he said they went for about 3 hours or whatever. He said that it was good. She said it was good. But then she also said that he give it up like it was 17 years ago or however it was. When at the age that he got locked up with 17, 18 years old, she was like, that's how the sex was. As if he was still that age. But True was talking that big talk like he really do his thizzle when he know what to do when it comes to that. Well, it seemed like Shantae was throwing a little shade. At the same time, she was saying it was good, but it was giving throwback DICK. Okay. It wasn't giving grown up DICK. And I'm like, oh my God. All right. But anywho, that's what she said. So she wakes up. This man is nowhere to be found, Bookie, but this man is motherfucking gone. Now, I ain't gonna lie, girl. I would have been heated. It reminds me of the other girl from I think the previous season where she woke up and her NIGGA wasn't there, and this guy has since passed away. But I cannot think of her name. She was doing a whole lot, and the man was nowhere to be found. But anywho, that's the energy True gave, right? So she over there calling True, trying to get in touch with her, and he's in touch with him. And he's purposely ignoring her calls, of course. He's ignoring her calls. And the whole time he's with his sister. Let me tell y'all something. I do not trust that sister. That sister at any given chance, she does not want him to be with that girl. I feel like she does not think that Shantae is attractive enough for her brother, in my personal opinion. And I definitely see her hooking him up with another woman. All right. That's just what it is that I think. Okay. Now, anywho, he speaks on being free while he riding with his sister. He's still in shock. Can't believe that he free. He talk about Shantae and he says that she has to just get comfortable with him because whenever he's with her, he'll try to look her in her face, but she never looks him in her face. She looks off and stuff. And I'm like, that's really just a confidence issue. I don't know what all she's been through that has, affected her confidence and stuff, but that's all that is. And I'm sure it's, of course, her needing to get comfortable with you, but more than that, I think it's just her needing to build up her confidence and things, in my opinion. All right. So he says that, or at least let me say this, they show us a flashback of him asking her, you want to go to the casino? You want to go to the casino? You want to go to the casino, or do you want to go to the mall? Is the mall closed? And she was like, yeah. Like, no, or whatever. Like, no, I don't want to go. Yeah, the mall closed. Stop asking me questions. Like, she's real snappy at him. And it's like, I don't like Shantae. I don't. Actually, I don't like her nor True together. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not here for neither one of them. She's real snappy, and what pisses me off about Shantae, as I learned, is that she does not know how to communicate. All right. How do you the fact that he wanted to sit on the couch and have a conversation with her and she can't even express herself, she has some trauma that she needs to go and get resolved. Okay. Um, it's like, not this man coming from prison, and he seemed to be more in tune with communication than you, in a sense, right? But at the same time, I can't forget the fact that his ass was purposely, he's a manipulator as well. He was over there ignoring your calls. Then he gonna walk his ass in the house, asking, what's up with you? Knowing exactly why you got an attitude, because he's been sitting up there not answering your calls, knowing that it's sending you through a whirlwind. Like, come on now. I'm not featuring either one of them. I just want her to tell this NIGGA, like, bitch, you need to speak up, ho. You need to speak up, and you need to stand the fuck up, and you need to tell this man that you ain't got no damn money because you ain't got no motherfucking job. But the fact that you're not communicating and telling him that, I'm just like, whatever happens, happens, girl. Now, granted, you could tell him that and it still not matter to him. I know why she not telling him that. She ain't telling him that because she's afraid that he gonna run the hell off once he see that she can't provide for him how she was, because her whole thing is she thought she was gonna sit up there and buy True. Now she can't buy his ass no more. Girl, it's crazy. So he says that he knows she's a homebody, but he's like, listen, she too much of a homebody for me. I was already a homebody, not by my choice, because I was locked down. I had to be behind them damn bars, but I ain't got to no more. So I ain't trying to do this shit. Okay. So this right here is definitely going to be an issue in their relationship. True is going to start hanging out. Shantae's not going to take it. She's not going to be able to take it. Because she so want to be at home all the time. She's going to start getting in her head. They're going to start fighting back and forth. He going to end up finding him a whole nother girl that's going to be into the things that he likes to be into. Like, we just see exactly what's going to play out with this relationship. Okay. Shantae had plenty of time to cut ties with this man. So it's really given, whatever happens, happens, honey. Now, True wants her to change her ways or whatever. Her sister thinks they are the opposite at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day, you want her to change this and that, but y'all just at two different places right now. Okay. She like to be at home. She likes to chill out, relax. But honestly, the real reason she wants to chill out and be at home all the time is because her ass ain't got no money. And that's not what she's telling him. But I also believe that when she does have money, she's still not gonna want to be out in these streets like that. Okay. But anywho, so the sister feels like, listen, y'all are opposite, and I really don't think that y'all should move forward with each other. I think you should just let her go. Really, that's where the sister is. Okay. Meanwhile, when True gets in the car, he over there focused on her friend Tish. He trying to pull up on Tish, Trish, whatever her name is. He trying to go see her. And I believe that the sister is going to make sure that happens, because she doesn't want him to be with Shantae no way. So anywho, all right. What's also interesting was that he asked the sister, what that stuff that you said you had for me, which was the jewelry. So she bought him some jewelry and stuff. Catch this now. So the sister ended up buying True some jewelry, gave him a watch, and I think she could have gave him a necklace or whatever it was. She gave him some jewelry. So when he gets home and he's talking to Shantae, she asking where he was. She not believing him. He calls the sister, and then the sister says, oh yeah, we went to the mall. Cause he was like, where we was. She was like, oh, we went to the mall. We bought them shoes. You bought some jewelry. This, I'm like, did he buy the jewelry, bitch? Because you just sat up there and y'all had a conversation, and he asked you about it as if you were the one that bought it. What the stuff that you said that you had for me? This sounds like something that y'all may have talked about in the past. Like, oh yeah, I bought you some jewelry. I'll make sure I give it to you when I see you, type thing. Right. So that's a little, I don't know. I feel like that right there is a lie right within itself. And for her to get on the phone, and then also I feel she did lie. I don't trust the sister. And Shantae should also know she's wise enough. Shantae ain't stupid as hell. She ain't as stupid. And she come off, she like, that don't matter nothing to me because I got brothers. And I'ma always ride with my brothers. That ain't, husband and wife. So I'm gonna ride with my brothers at the end of the day. So that's what they got going on. What else happened? True says that he just got out. He ain't trying to jeopardize his situation and stuff like that. Talking about how much he love her, whatever. So he ain't trying to cheat on her or nothing. But then the whole time sitting in the car talking about Trish or Tish and how or Tisha and how he trying to pull up on her. I said, girl, this nigga fake, and so is his damn sisters and his sister, and they finna use the hell out of you. And some part of me is like, that's what you get, Shantae. You know what's up. You ain't dumb. You know what's up, but you want to sit in it, so we're gonna let you sit in it. So he tells her he is having a hard time to get her to talk. She is more into her phone, and he and asked her to just talk to him. Now, this is where I feel like True was right. Like you having a conversation. I mean, like you feeling away. Let's talk about it. Let's consult about what your issue is. Like, let's talk about it. So I feel like he was in the right. Like he's trying to talk to you. It's not gonna really matter because he gonna still do what he wants to do anyway because he's already said that. Right. So he says that she's too shy and she's slick boring, but it's cool because she's a homebody. So this right here pissed Shantae the hell off. Right. And Shantae says that she doesn't know how to properly communicate. Or maybe I said Shantae doesn't know how to properly communicate. She says if he ignores her calls, then she'll cut his phone off and he won't be talking to nobody if he can't answer her calls and talk to her. And I just feel like that's not fair. Well, that's not nice in a sense. So you basically got that phone for that man in the effort to control that man. So guess what? As soon as he run up on some money, the first thing that he's going to do is not answer your is I'm sorry, not only not answer your calls, but go get him a whole nother phone, and you ain't gonna be able to control that. He gonna have your ass over there spiraling like he already does. Now, granted, I do feel like he should be answering her calls because you don't know if it's an emergency or not. So for you to just automatically end her calls and I like, uh-uh. So I understand what she's saying, but then it's her using the phone as a way to control this and that. And it's like, girl, that's one of the worst things you could do, in my opinion. That's not gonna make a man stay no more faithful to you than what he wants to, because you're trying to control his every damn move. Like, if anything, I would think that's gonna lead him to cheat on your ass faster. But do what y'all want to do, okay? So, anywho, he calls her petty and or whatnot. They leave to go see, quote unquote, their PO. According to him, let's go see our PO because we in this together, right? Clownery. So he asked her, "Hey, can I let me get the dough for you?" Then he said, "Matter of fact, let me get the keys. Let me get the keys." Then he asked her if he can drive. I said, not you was gonna get her keys and just hop in her car and start driving without asking. It wasn't until she told you no. Then you want to ask her, can you drive? See, I can't fuck. Like, I couldn't fuck with nobody like True. I could not. She is so fucking stupid, and I hate the mental that she's in. Like, I can't wait till you grow beyond this, because y'all two are people I no longer want to see on this show. In all honesty, I don't know if I want to continue to watch the stupidity beyond this season and how you just stand over there looking dumb as hell. I can't do it. I can't. And True, he don't want to be controlled. He's been locked down for a long time, and it's not. And he says he don't want to be controlled. Like, it's the control, and it doesn't always have to be her trying to control if she knows how to properly communicate. It's about the mutual respect that y'all should have for each other being in a damn relationship. When I call you, you answer the motherfucking call. Okay, don't play like that. This a recipe for a disaster. Okay, he feel like, I ain't got no PO no more. I ain't got to answer to nobody. Shantae, in a minute, he gonna tell her, you ain't my wife. I ain't gotta listen to you. I ain't gotta this, that, and the other, but still it's gonna expect her to operate like a wife. Like she's supposed to take care of everything, laying down or whatever the case is. Like, I cannot. So he asking her why she's so pressed about him meeting with his PO. My nigga, why is you not pressed about me with your PO? Hello. So Shantae is getting annoyed and says that she doesn't think he's ever had the right guidance to make the right decision, which is why he always ended up in prison anyway. And I'm like, you're right. You're right. Okay. Um, What else? True goes inside and Shonta says she's dealing with an idiot. I say, yeah, you are, two of them, your damn self too. So I hope that you're including yourself on that. I'm dealing with the idiot, because you and him are both one. He comes back and says that the PO wasn't inside and they told him to call her, just keep calling. And he said he not going to keep calling. I'm like, okay, so you rather not keep calling, but you rather keep going back to jail. Noted. Okay. So anywho, Shantae tells him he makes it difficult. He makes everything difficult. And he's asking her, explain something. Give me an example. Like, what do you mean? Tell me what you're talking about. Okay. She tells him that he needs to get through his stuff so that they can get to the next thing. Like, go ahead and handle this. Like, basically he don't know how to handle his business. Okay. She tells him that he's combative about everything, and she says that he thinks he knows everything. And I'm like, you also think that you know everything too. Like, they are both fools, and I cannot stand it. She gets out of the car. She tells him to take the damn mic off her for a second. When he's in the car trying to talk to Shantae, Shantae does not know how to communicate, express herself, say anything. Like, I know she yearns to have love, but girl, you need to love on yourself and you need some therapy, because some things have happened in your past, in past relationships, friendships, and everything, to where you feel like, I personally feel like her voice be silenced and she can't really like get out her thoughts. And the only reason why I say that is because I once operated, I ain't gonna say exactly like her, but I feel like at one point from a previous relationship, I struggled to communicate myself, because that person would always make me feel like what I have to say didn't matter, or no, I don't care about that. What about this? Over, you know what I'm saying? Like, disregard a lot of what I said. So I feel like she may have experienced some stuff to where she shut down and does not know how to properly communicate, and she has to work on that. And I don't know if being in a relationship right now is the best thing for her. And I really hate it for women that have children and you yearn so much for love that you accept a whole lot of fucking disrespect. And you over here tapping your coin out on a nigga instead of tapping your coins out on your kids and their future. Problematic as fuck. And I hate that for you. And I hope you learn something from this. I'm not sure how old she is, but I really hope she gets it together very soon. Okay. And then the gag for me is he definitely gonna cheat on your ass. Like, you ain't even his type. I don't give a damn about what he's saying about how much he loves you. He loves what it is that you could do for him. Clownery at best. But what pissed me off also with Shantae, her not knowing how to communicate in the car at all, but want to get upset and wanting to hit somebody. Talk about, I want to hit you so bad, is what she said on the sofa and stuff. You don't know how to communicate, but you want to get physical with a person. Yikes. But then you go in front of the cameraman and during the confessional, and you tell the cameraman more than you said to him. All that shit that you said to the cameraman made sense, but why you couldn't say that to him? Get this bitch off my screen. Like, she has got to go. Okay. She has got to go. I can't. All right. But anywho, let's move on. Now, I don't have a picture at this time of Julie and Christine. I'm sorry, Julian and Christine. But anywho, what we learned about her is that she really had a real bad drug issue. Okay. At one point, she did tell us that her mama didn't take care of her. It was more so of her great grandma or whatnot, and her aunts or whatever that took care of her, because her mama really wasn't. Her mama need to get her SHI together. So with that being said, I wanted to believe that her mama probably was on drugs too and needed to get it together. So when she got older, she ended up having a drug issue. She tells her mama about it. Her mama immediately goes to CPS and takes her kids. Right now, two things in my head. I'm like, mama not wrong. You over there talking about you got a drug issue. If mama has experienced that before, she knows exactly what these kids are about to go through. She's in a better place now. Let her go ahead and get her grandkids to fuck up out this situation. And I think grandma did right. However, I do feel like grandma did that in an effort to possibly gain a check. So that yeah, just to gain a check in the household, pretty much, just so she can have an extra check in the house. In my personal. Okay, so I'm hoping that while grandma went and got that oldest child, she also did right by that oldest child. We also learned that Christine has twins, and those twins are with their dad. And she's unable to see the kids because the daddy will not allow her to see the kids or be in contact. So she's trying to get custody back of her kids, but daddy not gonna let it happen. Okay. They're saying that it's court ordered for her to be allowed to see her kids, but they still won't let her see her kids. Okay. And I'm like, girl, it could be court ordered all day. The way that Julian tried to come and say it and give his piece in the confessional, I'm like, baby, don't try and play with us. Like, it could be court ordered all day, but this BITCH need to stay her outside of prison long enough to be able to see her damn kids and possibly get custody of them. This lady is fucking problematic as hell. And I really hate it for people that go off and do drugs. I really do. I don't know what causes it. I don't know if they go through their own depression and it takes them down that road, if they trying to be like other folks. Whatever it is that leads them down the road of drugs, I hate that for them. Because when I tell you, after they really go in on drugs, it's really hard to recover and look normal in a sense. Cause y'all be tearing y'all bodies up so bad that y'all be in y'all 30s but be looking like y'all 50. And it really ages the hell out of y'all. Because I hate to say it, when Christine was up there talking, I'm like, this lady look like she's still on drugs. She probably clean as day. Probably clean, but everything about it is giving drugs. The same way I feel about Joey's ass, okay? Drug addict, period. But anywho, they could get back to the room. They at the hotel. She ready to get some hunching in. He ready to hunch her raw, no condom. He don't care nothing about cleansing the body or anything. Getting that prison stuff off her. He don't care nothing about it. Although unlike, shall I say, Missouri, trying to wash it off, he don't care nothing about it. So they about to get it in. And I said, we don't want to see this shit. We are not interested in seeing this. Her jumping on this man, knocking him to the ground to give him all these kisses when she first saw him was enough. The initial kiss was enough. We don't need to see this, okay? Anywho, let's go ahead, try and move on to the other couple who I just can't stand because I just don't like Kim. She arrives at the cabin. She decides to spend the night at the cabin or whatever, get her stuff all relaxed, get in the bed. The next morning she has their phones, right? She's getting ready. She got their phones out. She decided to share location on both of their devices, okay, without him knowing. In addition to that, she dropped the air tag in one of his luggage bags. And I'm sitting over here like, ma'am, if you got to do all of that right out the gate, you don't trust this man. So why is you even trying to force yourself to be with this man? I feel like you still got this trailer park girl mentality where you're still trying to prove to everybody else like, you may have had Joey, but guess what? He married me and he's with me now. Like, girl, I promise you, not that many people is really still pressed on Joey like you are. It may be that one other girl, which may potentially be an ex that hit him up and gave him them lies or that truth that they told him. But girl, not too many people want that man for real. Like, cut it out. Anywho, so she gets there to the gate, whatever. I believe he eventually comes out. Joey lets us know that he had a good upbringing up until the age of about 14, 15. That's when he started hanging with the wrong crowd and constantly getting in trouble. He says his dream girl is Kimberly and he plans to look in her eyes forever because he feels like she's the one. He FaceTimes his mom. They talk. The kids get on the phone. They chat. And that was pretty much it. Okay. That was pretty much it with Joey and Kim. Let's go ahead and get to Letitia and Keith. So Letitia wants to call his family over to let them know about the immediate release, right? And when she calls the family over, she's also including his other sister. But I feel like he may be the one that's more hesitant because he's like, let me have a conversation with her. Because here's the thing, the sister don't fuck with her at all. The sister feels a way that Keith gave Letitia access to go into his account to take 15 racks out to purchase a ring. Okay. And she feels like Keith is too good for her. Y'all be killing me when y'all brothers and sons go off to prison and then y'all think that the person that probably never had a record or doing better for themselves or whatever, it's funny how y'all think that the one that's been locked up is too good for the bitch that got her shit together. Even if she is a loose cannon when it comes to love. Like, girl, what? Anywho, so Keith says that he wants to handle the sister first. And Letitia says, listen, I feel like your sister gonna be on some fake shit. If she sit up there and wait on you or whatever, and whenever y'all talk, I feel like she gonna be on some fake stuff. Letitia really wanted the sister to come over for two reasons. One, so she could confront her, and two, so she could do the shit on camera and create more of a storyline for herself to be able to be on this show longer. That is what it was giving to me. And I'm glad that the sister didn't show up. Okay. If this supposed to be a moment about the brother and him getting out, then y'all should be able to have a cool, calm, collected conversation. But Letitia was going to invite her over in an effort to confront her and tell her, you better get your SHI together because I'm going to be here. I ain't going nowhere. So what the you want to do? And I done secured us a television show. So how you really want to act? Because I'll expose you. Da-da-da. Like, that's how Tisha really wanted that girl to come over and act. But anywho, um, Tisha meets with the family. So the stepmama came. One of the other sisters that she's cool with came, and the daddy did show up. Okay. The other sister didn't. And what Miss Tisha says is that when he comes home, she wants to plan like a dinner. I don't know if she's trying to like throw like a dinner at like an event space or if she's trying to do it at her house. But she says that at the end of the day, she wants to squash the beef before he gets out. So she wants to have that conversation with the sister. That's what she say. I'm sure they are gonna have the conversation, but I do feel like Tisha gonna be looking for just a moment on camera, in all honesty. But we'll have to see how the sister coming. We'll definitely have to see how the sister coming, and Tisha has to know it's about how you have the conversation. Don't be coming at nobody with no attitude, like oh, so much is expected of them as if you ain't got to give nothing, which is an apology as well. So we'll see how that's gonna play out. But anywho, child, let's get over here to Hope and Arthur. So Arthur is changing his mind about sleeping in that truck because he said, "Listen, girl, I was gonna sleep in this truck with you tonight, but BIT, listen, bitch, I'm not trying to go camping. It's hot as fuck. It's hot as fuck out here, and I just can't. I can't do it. Okay." So she takes him home and shows him the high rise that they got, and she got him a sewing machine and this and that. And I'm like, if you had the house decked out this whole time for y'all to go to the house, why the fuck would you want to sleep in the damn truck anyway? What kind of shit is that? I mean, is the location of the truck super far away from your house? Did you have to get up the next morning and do a route, and it only made sense for you to just sleep in the truck so when you pop up, you can then get on the road? Like it didn't make sense because the next morning you got up, you still was chilling. So it should have been the plan for you to take the man to the house anyway. I am confused and don't understand why she was even gonna have this man in a damn truck anyway. Granted, some part of me feels like hell, you shouldn't be complaining too much because you've been locked down in a box anyway this long in prison. What's another box? At least you could get up and go whenever the hell you want. But shit, if it was too hot, then shame on her for that. But this whole time, girl, I've been over here thinking that Miss Hope gonna be the problem child, and I'm starting to see a little piece of the problem with damn Arthur. Arthur be leaving out details and shit. Okay, so anywho, while they over there at the house, he liking the house. She done got him a sewing machine because he wants to do fashion or whatever and all of that. So he's trying to decorate this, that, and the other, or make some clothes and stuff like that. So she is trying to, help him with that. So while they're there, it was weird because he wanted to have sex and it didn't seem like she wanted to do that. But she was saying basically she has body dysmorphia because she used to be super small. She's gained a lot of weight since then. So she's not fully confident in her body. But he don't give a damn about that. Okay. For him, it's giving more cushion for the pushing because he's just trying to get up in time. Okay. That's what it was giving. So they ended up smashing. He said that it was exhausting. I think he said it was exhausting or whatever. She over there crying and says that she hasn't been happy in a long time. So I guess she is happy, especially now that he's out. What else happens? She lets us know that she has a tattoo with his nickname Man Man on her ass or below her ass. And because he was supposed to get a portrait of her painted on him, only to find out he never got it. He ended up getting a rose. She gave this man $300 to get a portrait of her, and he used the money on something else. So of course she's pissed, as she should be. And she's like, really, I had to sit up here and defend my friends against you. Like, I'm disappointed because my friends was telling me, like, oh, he ain't finna use that money for that. You think he finna get a portrait of you? You think he finna use that 300 for that? Girl, please, that man not finna use that money for that. Da 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 da. Now she gotta walk around looking like Boo Boo the Fool because she was trusting one thing, and here it is, it's a whole nother thing. But he was being honest with her because she was like, what you thought was gonna happen? That I was never gonna ask, I was gonna forget about it, I was gonna think about it. He was like, yeah, child, ain't that something? She let us know that she done spent about $20,000 to $40,000 on him and says her friends think he's using her. Is he? I don't know. Now he said that now when he was over there texting on his phone, she's like, who you texting? He was like, my mom. And she was like, okay. He was like, I think I'm gonna go link up with my mama real quick. She was like, oh, she's like, what if she tries to take you to Vegas or whatever, or convince you to just leave altogether? And he was like, I'm not going for it. Like, she could try whatever she want, but I know like the whole point is that, I'm coming back home to you. Like, that's really it. Let me tell y'all something. This man talking to somebody else. And it's either a man or it's a woman. Clearly, those are the only two other options. But like, listen, I mean, he'll really throw me for a loop, girl. I don't know, cause his mannerisms. Let me shut the hell up, girl. The vibes is giving off, is what I'm gonna say. So it's gonna be interesting to see who he gonna link up with. But I definitely don't think the person he gonna link up with is his mama. But if he do, okay, because it seems like in the preview he's gonna be out much later than what she was expecting him to be out. So I'm wondering what's that about? Like, who you went to go see? Was it really your mama or was it somebody else, child? Girl, this right here is a mess. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below on this doggone love after lockup. That's all I got at this time. I am Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, or follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.